Today we're going to talk about why we're not going to get a fight between Conor McGregor and Donald Cowboy Cerrone, and all that's coming up after the bumper.
What do you mean you don't subscribe to my son's YouTube channel?
Mama, no!
Just snap the damn ball, RJ.
What's up, kid folk? It's RJ Young. I am not on a step mill. Consider hitting the like and subscribe button because I upload a video every single day. It's always OU related, college football related, sports related. We have a good time, and today we're going to talk about why we're not going to get the fight between Conor McGregor and Cowboy Cerrone. Look, man, it's simple. For those of you that watched the magnificent show that Cerrone put on when he dropped Alexander Hernandez like a pack of smelly sardines off the ship boat, I don't even know what that even means. Beat him like he stole something. Let's stick with that, RJ. Stick with the stuff you know how to beat up, like a rented mule. Beat him like it was a rented car. Beat him like it was a 2019 Chevy Malibu that they loaned you to drive from here to Jersey. Look, it was a magnificent show by the long 35-year-old father who was fighting for more than himself. We were all very happy to see him get his 40th fight. He's got the most fights, most finishes. We saw him beat the kid just senseless. Like, I had Alexander going in this fight, man. I thought Alexander Hernandez was going to handle this old man who's got 40 fights in the UFC and walks out with a cowboy hat on. And I mean, I understand. I get it. Dude nearly died cave diving. If you haven't seen that Joe Rogan episode, you need to go check it out. But look, he said, I want to fight anybody who's ranked above me, which, by the way, is literally everybody. Look, I know the dude is working his way up into maybe the top 10, but you're looking at lightweight, and you got all these folks in front of him, not to mention Conor McGregor, but we can go on. We can get Kevin Lee. We can get Barboza. We can get Pettis. We can get Ferguson. We can certainly get Al Iaquinta. Point is, there's just a long line of folks, not just to fight Conor McGregor, but, you know, for the belt, Khabib Nurmagomedov. That's the dude that everybody should want to fight. But look, the reason you're not going to really get Cerrone versus McGregor is because it ain't gonna make any money, man. I mean, this is the whole reason that the flyweight championship belt was on the line for Henry Cejudo and TJ Dillashaw, is because the scuttlebutt was that if Dillashaw beat Henry Cejudo on ESPN Plus, UFC Fight Night Brooklyn, they were going to get rid of the flyweight division because there's no marquee dude outside of Cejudo who has a gold medal, who is charismatic, who speaks 3 languages, and can absolutely fight. Now, the lightweight division is loaded, and it's going to be there for a very long time because McGregor, as terrible a human being as he can be, is still the headline, right? This is the guy for which Floyd Mayweather said, yeah, okay, set up the pay-per-view with that dude, and we all watched it. When Dana White puts together a pay-per-view with Conor McGregor, we all watch it. As much as we love Cerrone, he does not have the star power that Conor McGregor brings to the table. He doesn't have the star power of a guy with a belt either, like Khabib. And he's not just as charismatic or as flashy, I might add, as a guy like Anthony Pettis, or for that matter, Stephen Thompson, who I understand is fighting at welterweight, but you get the point. People know Stephen Thompson's name like they know Tyron Woodley's name. It's not just because Tyron Woodley has the belt, it's also because he's on TMZ doing the thing, man. I need Cerrone to do some more about getting himself out there, because if casual fans don't know you, it's really hard to match you with McGregor unless you knocked off every single person you can knock off, all right? And along the way, you get a shot at Conor McGregor. All you got to do is keep winning. But you know what you can't do? You can't beat up on a kid who's barely ranked inside the top 15 and then start talking about taking on Conor McGregor. Don't care if Conor McGregor tweeted back at you and said that he'd take the fight. Point is, he'd rather take the fight with Cerrone because he doesn't want anything to do with Al Iaquinta or even Kevin Lee for that matter, certainly not Ferguson, and Khabib probably submits him if he gets him again. But you know who Cerrone should be matched up with? Nate Diaz. Give him every bit of that dude, because both of those dudes are long enough for it to be a really great fight where the styles clash together. It's also going to be really good in 2019 with ESPN going forward. I think that you could build an ESPN Fight Night around a main event that's got Nate Diaz and Cerrone at the top of the card. Everybody makes out like a bandit. You get the two dudes chopping at each other, and you know what? Both of them will want a piece of Conor McGregor, and then you can religiously scale that up. You get a couple more ESPN Fight Nights, you get a couple more on ESPN Plus, and then we're talking about pay-per-view at a real live UFC event, which is what everybody should be after instead of just going after Conor. I know other people want to make their name by going after Conor, but after he's been beaten, is that really the guy that you want to fight now? Why wouldn't you want to fight somebody else? Somebody with just a little less of a light beam shine on them, and perhaps show fight fans that you could fight. The last thing that you want to be if you're Donald Cerrone at this point is taking on fights that you don't have to take on, because I think he's looking at McGregor more like a payday than he is looking at trying to fight for a belt. That's the only way I can take it because you would want to religiously just knock off the folks in front of you. And then if you get to McGregor, you get to McGregor. But enough of Mystic Mac, man. Let's make this more about the fighters and the events and not just the dude that everybody knows by name, because that's how you got Greg Hardy on a card, and that's how the UFC got embarrassed on the worldwide leader. All right, that's it for me. Deuces.